So, I'm really glad that you were able to come on, because I was thinking, it's just, I'm always talking about all of these scams that are in the skincare industry, and it's just, it really is a problem. It's like they'll say, oh, if you have oily skin, you need to strip it out, and with alcohol, and it's like that in and of itself is a scam. Or you have these companies who say that they're scientific and biological, but there's no science to any of it. Or they'll lie about procedures, and they lie about results, they lie about their clinical data. And I've been called a whistleblower in the skincare industry, and you've been called one as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, so when is it, what do you say when you are faced with this huge problem, and how do you get the courage to stand up and say, I'm not taking this anymore, there's a problem, and you stand up against it? You had that
I think
issue.
something that you do repetitively on a daily basis, and you have to live it and kind of it's encompassing, it's your job, it's your life, it's your love, it's your friendship, whatever. You want to improve on that thing, so you're not going to also let it slip into that negative place, and you're not going to want to be a part of that negative place. So it's kind of a natural instinct to speak up, almost, hopefully it is in a lot of people, and to kind of like see the wrong and say something about it or do something about it. And so I think one of the things that you probably feel is like, if you're already involved in it and you're seeing there's something off and you can improve it, why not improve it? And
Right.
I think, I try to apply that to everything in my life, from design to my new, cannabis line that I was mentioning. So it's like everything that I see in the industry and every single thing I see with my clients' problems, they're all equally solvable. It's just like no one has kind of like put the effort or the time or whatever resources into that problem. So.
Yeah, that's true. And like one of the other things is, and I know that you felt this, when you're right about something because you're seeing something very strange go on, and it goes against your judgment and what you know from experience, and everyone else is saying, oh, this is fine, and it's like, how do you rise above that? Like, for example, one thing that I've said for the longest time is essential oils are bad for you.
Sure.
They have no place in skincare. They're fragrant oils, and that's it. And yet I have all of this backlash from people who are saying essential oils are fine, they've been used for thousands of years, and it's not just one person who's saying that. It's like the entire skincare industry that's saying that. So, it's really hard to be able to stand your ground. Now, do you feel like you're going to have that with the new line that you're coming out with? Like, is there anything that you know that is different about your company that you are kind of maybe taking a stand against, making you different?
Yeah, I think for us it's really about simplifying the industry, and it's like such like a pompous industry that everyone kind of has confused everyone already, and I think ours is just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
So it's really just stripping away all the like marketing stuff, all the like industry lingo, and just keeping it as like to the point and accessible to everybody.
Yeah. Well, I think that's really cool, because I think the one thing that us as millennials want is something that's accessible.
Right.
There's a
That's part of
reason
it,
why Instagram is popular, and these accounts with just like everyday people have millions of followers. It's because, I don't know about you, but I'm so
relatable. It's
yeah,
something that's relatable. So you don't have to look at a fake kind of world like a Kardashian life and kind of hope and wish that what you're seeing is real and what they're selling is real. So I think authenticity and being real and kind of stripping away all the crazy stuff that we've been accustomed to is now really appreciated, and people just want that, like, the truth. It's super simple.
Enough with being lied to all the time. It's just like, about what can happen when a lie snowballs and all of that, and it's just and I tell my customers, your skin is the true victim in this whole thing. It's these people, these marketing companies who make skincare, whatever, they're going to be just fine. But at the end of the day, if your skin is destroyed because of flashy marketing and a bunch of lies, you're the one that's really hurt from it.
Yeah.
And so it's really good to have people come into these companies who really care about the product.
Sure.
And it's just, you make a better product that way.
I think you also make an extension of yourself, so it's something that you would want to be using, hopefully. So it's
Yeah.
like one of those things that you better trust the person that's kind of like, you know, putting it together and why, and
Exactly.
asking the right question.
And it's kind of the same thing with luxury nowadays. That is a term that has become very diluted to the point where people don't even know what it means anymore.
Sure.
You know, it's like luxury, there's a reason why it's a price the way it is. Like, for example, there's a reason why a Birkin bag costs $12,000. It's because that is not mass manufactured goods. That is something that is handmade, that is done, you know, they make a small amount, it takes a long time. Like, every stitch has been, you know, handled carefully.
Right.
And so when people see, you know, $12,000 as the price tag, they're almost like offended. Like,
Sure.
like they're entitled to luxury. It's like, look, someone, you're not just
levels
paying.
to it
exactly.
too. Like, it's just a matter of like, where do you find the priority in your life for this? But you know.
But I'll tell you, you know,
everybody's
like
different.
for example, like the number 9 here. This is a $90 product. You know, I took a long time to be able to formulate this. So this was like 10 years of biological research and education training that went into it. And then you go into the formula and how long it took to make that formula. You know, 15, 20, 24-hour days in and out, you know, to make this. Each bottle is cleaned by hand. You're not going to find another skincare brand that cleans their bottles. They just don't do it. Hand poured, you know, and then hand sealed, and then hand put into the box. And so it's like, yeah, this is $90, but you know what? That's $90 well spent. It took a long time. And with other skincare, it's mass manufactured, you know, huge vats of products that have been sitting in a warehouse for 2 years, you know, machine produced, you know, doesn't see, you know, the human touch at all.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, that's cheap because it was cheap to make. The number 9 is actually better quality now than it was, you know, when I first started. Like, for example, you'll notice it's almost like a dark red.
Yeah.
It used to be like a lighter yellow. And it's, the reason why it's this color is because of the grapeseed extract. I found a really good grapeseed extract like a year and a half ago. And I put it in there. And so it's like, yeah, it's costing me more, but it's a better product. And so, and that's what I've always made sure to keep in mind, because you know, you really want to, you know, do right by your customers. You always want to make sure that they have the best. And I don't know, don't you feel like slighted, like when you buy these products and it's like they were trying to pull one over on you or something?
It's just so
Take you
easy
for a
today
fool.
because there's so many different things, and you get like so lost, and I feel like you can't really keep track of every single element. But
do you ever feel like that with like skincare at all? Like you don't know who to trust? Because I get that a lot. Yeah,
I do. I feel like a lot of brands that come off all natural and whatever are full of chemicals, and I've even spoke to one once about it, and I spoke to their corporate team, and they were like, "Oh, we never said we were all natural," and they kind of were like, "We kind of mix the two to make sure we get like something like." You know, but it comes off very, very natural. So it's like weird. It was weird to me how defensive they got, and all of a sudden I got very turned off by their product. Yeah,
I would be too. And it's like the more you research it, the more you uncover, you know.
Yeah, it's not too hard.
Sort of
you just look at the ingredients and Google them, and you're like, oh wait.
That's what happens because, you know, all the, you know, I make a lot of the ingredients myself, you know, and we make all the batches there. Then we bottle everything there.
It's like a lab, or what do you use?
Lab, office, warehouse. It's everything's in house. Bottle everything there, and then we store everything there, and we ship everything out. And so it's perfect because one of the things that's really important that I can oversee is the cleanliness of the space and the temperature.
That is great. Yeah.
And they, you know, it's amazing how little consideration this is given. Even in the biggest, most luxury presented companies, they just don't do it. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. Like, these are things that people don't think about. Again, it's just like you're not really meant to think about them either. Like, they want you to kind of not look.
They just want you to see a beautiful package and it smells nice, and you're like, oh, it must be good.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you know, it's kind of like someone told me once that if you saw the way cottage cheese was made, you would never want to eat it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember who that was. I mean, not that I don't know. Does anyone our age even eat that stuff anymore? But anyway, it was like that kind of thing.
Sure.
If you saw the way skincare was made 99% of the time, you would not want to touch it.
Yeah, I don't think
so. It's, I mean, think about it this way. They don't even really clean those vats that they put the stuff in most of the time. And so think about the other way. If you're a vegan and you require vegan skincare, you have to know that there were probably non-vegan things touching your skincare throughout that entire day.
Sure.
And if you're allergic to something, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all being cross-contaminated. it's just these companies, they cut corners every which way.
Time is money.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, like how are you guys putting together everything, and what's like the process behind all your products?
Right, so, I get the ingredients, either I make them myself or I get them from what I find to be the best sources. Like, for example, I get our watermelon seed oil from South Africa, because I get the Kalahari melon. So, we get, I get the ginseng from Japan. I source everything. The grapeseed oil comes from California. The grapeseed oil and the extract come from California. So, and then, I get all the ingredients and I make everything in small batches in the lab there. And then once it's made, I usually like to bottle it right away.
Sure.
And then we bottle it, and then, it usually, if you ordered an OUMERE product, it was probably made that week, and it could have even been made that day sometimes. And, and then it's sent right to you. I just don't like the idea of anything sitting, because look, it's natural. Natural products degrade faster. So you don't really want it sitting on a shelf for too long. And, it's a very simple process, but, with the products you can understand that this is something that was made fresh, it was made clean.
I love that, same day.
Yeah.
That's great.
And you really won't find that in other skincare brands. They just can't. Like, for example, there's a big
task.
Big skincare brand, and it's, what is it? Skincare, body, that kind of thing. They have stores all over the country.
Sure.
They will make a lotion in vats of like 40,000 pounds. And the only thing they change is the fragrance and the name sometimes. And that stuff has been sitting around for years because they can't sell it.
Yeah, I can imagine. They're just slapping different stickers and moving it around.
I agree. Well, I'm really glad that you were able to come and join me. I think, we both come from like a similar background of like, not putting up with this bullshit that has been, thrown at us for so many years. And so, well, thanks again. And I hope you have a really fun time in Israel. Let me know how it goes.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.